Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's episode with the pears. I think that's literally like what I'm gonna name our episodes. Episodes with the pears. So today on this video we are gonna try that TikTok that's going around with the, what's it called?
Coffee?
Yeah, it's that coffee. But it literally had a name and I just forgot about it.
I don't know. It's a coffee blend, the fancy coffee with the milk in the bottom, something like that.
Yeah, I totally forgot the name of it. It's gonna bug me now. Anyways, if you guys know what we're talking about, we'll probably remember and put it on the title like later once we finish this whole video. So it is currently 12:49 and we are filming this because we are legit bored out of our minds already. This is insane. We need to go out. Like, this just has to like
end.
Yeah. So while we do this viral TikTok thing, we are gonna be asking like questions, like random questions to each other. Well, we have like, what is it, a website or an app, something like that?
Website.
Yeah, so it's a website that asks you like 100 questions or so. So we're gonna be doing that. Hopefully like some of these will isn't there like one to like get to know you or something? Yeah.
Know you.
While we do this video, we are going to be doing 100 questions so that you guys can get to know us.
A few questions.
Yeah,
a few questions.
Yeah, not the full 100, but a few of them so you can get to know us. So let's just get right in. The maracas, please. Okay, so we have our little bowl where we are going to be mixing everything in our little, what is this called? Our little thingy.
I was gonna say shaker, but it's a mixing
the
stick.
The recipe calls for two spoons of each of the ingredients that we're gonna have. So today we have the Nescafe Toaster's Choice House Blend.
It smells good.
It smells really good. This is actually a really funny story. Like, I've never tried this coffee before. I'm usually more into like Folgers because I love that old smell, like that, like you're walking into your grandma's house, right? Like that kind of smell. And that coffee is like really good. But this one, I was actually doing Instacart because I do that on the side sometimes. And I forgot to give it to the customer that ordered it. So I'm sorry if you're watching this, but it's so good. So we're gonna have, should we do two? Yeah, just two.
Just double, then what it was.
Double? Or just like?
What's for two people? So
okay, so we're gonna double it just because we're gonna do for both of us, so. Oh. So 1, 2.
Oh, don't shake it, like.
3. Well, I don't want it to be too full. 4. Oh, it smells so good. So there's our, we're doing the double, so we're doing 4 spoons. 4, yeah.
That smells good.
Man, it smells delicious. Okay, and now we're gonna be using regular sugar just because I don't want to like negotiate with anything else. But we usually only drink stevia, so.
Or take stevia, we don't drink sugar.
Oh yeah, we only use stevia like to sweeten up anything, just so it can be.
So how many spoons is it about?
So it's two of each, so 4. 1,
Hey.
Because it looks like a lot of sugar. So there's our sugar in here.
In there somewhere.
And then we're gonna use 4 spoons of hot water that we actually have in our little container, just because didn't want it to get like cold. So here's 1.
Oh, that's pretty cool. How it changes.
2. 3. 4. Okay. There's 4. So now we are just gonna whisk this all up till it gets foamy. So you want to start with the questions?
Oh, sure. Just go back and forth.
Yeah.
Should we just answer one question, then we both answer it?
Yeah.
Like you give an answer to me. Okay, so it says, this one says, if you could live anywhere, where would it be?
California. I honestly just love California just because, fun fact about me, I used to live in Kansas. So I was born and raised over there all my life until 2010. We moved to California. So at first it was just like really hard to like get used to here, but now I just love it and I don't think I could see myself living anywhere else. But I think I would eventually want to move like somewhere not as populated, somewhere not as expensive as California. Maybe like Vegas or Arizona. I don't know, something close by though. Close by. What about you?
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Maybe like if it's like in the States, I'd probably say Vegas. Just due to there's like no taxes out there and everything's cheaper.
Yeah.
Because I mean, kind of like how she mentioned, California's like pretty great. You know, the weather's great. You know, it's just really expensive here. You know,
Yeah.
There's like
You practically just like work to pay your rent or like your mortgage, TBH. So.
There's pros and cons to living here.
But I mean, there's so much to do here. It's just really fun, especially in the summer. If you haven't been to California, I would really highly recommend it. There's just so many concerts, festivals, beach activities, beer festivals, like just so much that you can do. It's really fun. But who knows if we'll get that again, huh, with this Rhone. Okay, so I'm still mixing. What is your biggest complaint about your job? The people that work there. Just kidding. Honestly, like where we work, it's like we work at the same company but different places, like different locations. And honestly, I just love everybody. Like everybody's so fun. I love everybody. Everybody loves me, so
Pretty much.
I have no complaints about my job.
Not yet.
Except people trying to spread the Ronies up in there. Sheesh. Oh, you guys know who's my favorite? Mike. But don't tell him I said that.
Oh my God. Okay, the next one would be list 2 pet peeves.
Oh, girl. Just kidding. Oops, I forgot that it's 12 at night. 2 pet peeves. You go first.
Damn, that's tough. Like I have a few, but I mean, that's tough.
Okay, so I'll go first. My pet peeve is literally the toilet seat up. Yeah, biggest pet peeve of my life. Another one of my pet peeves is
Is that almost there?
ASMR.
Your face.
So we're just gonna whisk this up. Another one of my pet peeves is really I guess you could really consider me a germophobic. I just can't with people that aren't clean, sanitized. Oh, smelly people too. Like, I can't. Like, there's a limit to being nasty, and like there's a limit to being disgusting
and lazy.
And lazy.
There's
like
boundaries.
Yeah, I just can't. TBH, like, hygiene is my pet peeve. So, what about you?
I'd say maybe to some people it's not a big deal, but to me it's people that don't have a sense of humor. You know, like you see a joke or you say something and they're just like, that's not funny, or you know, like, or whatever. Because for me, like me personally, I have like I'm kind of like out there in the sense of like I have like a sensitive sense of humor, so like I laugh to a lot of things, you know, like I think everything's hilarious. So people that don't, like, you know, like I said, have a sense of humor, it's kind of like boring. Those are boring people to me, you know, or people that can joke around, you know, or just simply have a good time. So those people suck.
Do you think this is a little bit? It's a lot, huh?
That's actually a lot.
Okay.
It'll work.
Ooh.
And another pet peeve I'd say is let me see.
So our contour is almost done, unless you want to apply a little bit. I'm just kidding. Okay.
I don't know what my other one will be. I know I have a few, but I just can't think of one on the spot.
Low ballers.
That too. I'm big on off-road, so if y'all hit me up on off-road, don't lowball me, because I know how it works, people. I saw a lot on off-road, so don't come at me with them low deals. I hate those people. Only I can lowball people. Don't lowball me.
Next question.
Watch me. Okay, this one's, how many pairs of shoes do you own?
Honestly, I don't own a lot. I would probably say like 20 pairs.
I think that's a lot.
Oh wait, no. No, that sounds like too much.
It doesn't sound like a lot, but some people have like
maybe like right now at the moment I would probably own like 12 pair.
12? That's a fair number. I'd say I have
just because I don't like to hoard, whatever. I hate people that are hoarders. Like, for me, before I bring anything in, I gotta take stuff out. Like, there's just no room for the past and the future. Nope, we gotta get rid of the past. And I feel like my mom always taught me this thing where, like, the more you take out, like, in some way you get more in, you know? Like, the more that you give, you get double that back. So that's what I learned. What about you? How many pairs do you own?
I'd say like about 12. And I only wear probably like 3 or 4 of them. Maybe I'd say like 4 or 5. But don't get me wrong, like I love shoes. Like, not like a sneakerhead type, but like I like having a nice set of, you know, Johnnies on my dogs.
Me and my Johnnies.
So that's, I'd say around 12, roughly. What is the worst gift you have received? There's a lot of good ones like actually.
What's the worst gift I've received?
I actually had one that I thought it was bad, and then like within a month or 2, I was like, okay, it's not that bad. But it was actually a cologne that I got for my high school graduation.
Oh, I know now.
I got a cologne and I just didn't like it for some reason. I was like, why would you even give me this? You know, like, are you going out to the real world? I don't need a cologne, you know, like buy me a car or something that I'll use. And then it just ended up turning out that it was probably one of the best smelling things. I actually bought another one, matter of fact, like years later. So that's how you know it was good.
Honestly, the worst gift that I've received would have had to been in elementary. It was literally this lotion that smelled so good, but I would always want to wear it, but it had sparkles, and I'm not, well, back then, and I don't think now, I'm not a big fan of like sparkly lotion. Like I just want to smell good. Like I'm shining other ways, sis. Like I don't know. I guess that's the worst of it. So this is what it looks like. I think it's sufficiently good. All right. Ya está tu café.
No thanks.
Nah, just kidding.
I actually want to taste it.
No!
It's actually pretty good. It's so strong though.
Let's see.
Ooh, that's so strong.
Whoa! Okay, yeah, that's strong. So we have our cups right here. Our cups are right here. And we're gonna put a few ice cubes. Ice cube. I think I'm gonna put like 4.
So it's like a cold coffee, or what is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a cold coffee. A cold foam coffee, I guess. Now we're gonna use some milk, some Silk organic almond milk. That's kind of the only milk we both drink. Almond milk.
Because I'm
organic.
Lactose boys.
Maybe like this.
I say like half.
That much, because I don't really want a lot of coffee.
Might as well just load it up right. Presentation is key. Halfway.
Like that?
Halfway. That's about right.
Okay, let me put a little bit more on mine.
So, I mean, I'm already up, might as well.
Okay.
You know?
And then we are gonna So you wanna hold the
That's all it is. Up?
Yeah, right here on the camera. And we're gonna put a little bit. I think 2 spoons should be good. And then we'll just like measure out like if he needs more or if I need more. Whoa, I almost fell off the chair. So this is what she looked like. Now we're gonna mix her up in a bit. Ooh, maybe I should use this because it's kind of drippy. Yeah, so we're just gonna mix it.
This is so thick.
So I guess this is supposed to be like really good. We'll be the judge of that. Oh, that's like really thick. So there she is. Oh, she looks pretty good.
She? Anyways.
Because she's brown like me.
Need more milk.
I know, why did we think I was gonna fill up the cup? Yeah, I'm gonna put me a little bit more.
Ooh, so put the concha right now.
So let's take our...
It's actually nicely layered. It's pretty nice in there.
Let's take our thumbnail. So now we're gonna test this out. What?
I like the spoon.
No, don't lick the spoon again.
It's a sickle.
Okay, ready? Gotta try it at the same time.
Okay, bring it back.
Hold on. Ready? Mine actually tastes really good. That's really good. What do you think about it?
It's weird because it's like, it's literally just a regular mixture of like coffee, but it's like more pure. It tastes like brewed is the word?
Yeah, brewed.
It tastes really good.
Yeah, I agree with you. It tastes more like, it tastes like a more fancy coffee.
It's like really raw. It's like, it tastes like a lot of coffee, but not to a point where it's like undrinkable, you know? Because it has the sugar, of course, so.
Yeah, it tastes really
good.
Yeah. So, Well, how much would you give it out of 10?
Probably like a 9, 8.5.
Yeah, me too.
Not bad.
I'll give it a 9.
I could probably have it every day though, like for sure. It's one of those coffees where like you can have it every day.
Yeah, it's really good.
But you'd eventually get tired.
So just use 2 spoons of coffee of your choice, 2 spoons of sugar, 2 spoons of hot water, whisk it all. Voila.
Should we do 2 more questions?
We're gonna make so you pick one, like a really, really good one, and I'll pick a really, really good one.
Oh my, we just talked about this the other day. Who was your first crush?
Oh!
That's funny.
So who was she?
It was in elementary.
In elementary?
Yeah. I was probably
yeah.
It's probably like in kindergarten.
We talked about this the other day. That's
yeah, so I was like, but it's just interesting. So there was this girl that was, cause me and my brother were friends with another pair of siblings.
Wait, it's falling.
Me and my brother were friends with another pair of siblings that were both, you know, friends with. Like they were brothers, and then obviously me and my older brother. And they had this other friend of my brother's that was old, like in their same age group or whatever. And that friend, that friend had a sister that was our age, you know, like in our grade at the time. So whenever they would invite us over to go to the pool, I always had like this thing for her for some reason. You know, she was like, I don't know, she was pretty. Like, you know, at the time, I don't know how to describe that. But yeah, that's it. So it was like over 15 years ago for sure. Probably more than that.
Dang.
Yeah, so it's been a minute because I've been out of school for like 5, 6 years.
My first crush was in elementary school too. I think it was like 4th grade. And it's crazy because, you know, back then you only had one class the entire day. So, hold on, I think it's falling. So back then you only had one class the entire day. And the next year, like, you wouldn't know who was like in your class, and you would have them for the entire year. So I actually had him for 4th and for 5th. And I don't know, he was just like really cute. But let me tell you, that hairdo, now that I think about it, was not it, sis. He literally had
a mohawk.
No, he would spike up his hair and then he dyed it blonde in elementary. Like,
he had a cool mom.
Excuse me. Anyways, yeah, that was a long time ago. Oh wait, wrong song.
Sounds stupid.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how funny would you say you are?
Going back to the sense of humor. It just depends on around who you're around with. But I'd say from 1 to 10, I'd say a solid 8.5.
Okay.
That's pretty high.
We rating up there. We rating high tonight.
So I'm not gonna lie, I mean some of my jokes are whack, but you know the whack jokes are the best jokes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how funny would I say I am? Honestly, if you know me, if you've been friends with me, if we still are friends, if we hang out, if you worked with me, if you work with me now, I think all you guys would agree that I am a solid 9. What?
If that's what you think.
No, okay.
I'm just kidding.
Honestly, I think they would rate me like...
They know you. It's not about them, it's about you.
Well, like he said, It honestly depends the group of people and the people that I'm hanging out with. But with people that I'm really comfortable with, I would say a 9. And that's just like going off based on like people that really know like my personality. Like I really like to be outgoing, I like to be loud, I like to be like the center of attention. Like I just love it. Like I love it. So if I'm hanging out with the right people, then, and if I'm working with the right people, then work is gonna be fun. You already know the drill. Like,
hey, that's how I was, you know, my previous jobs.
Yeah,
I was always late. Like, and even it was just like me and some other person. Like, I don't need a whole, you know, center of attention. I just need like 1 or 2 people. It's a blast. Like, I was like,
well, it's not even that I need to be the center of attention.
She just prefers the center of
I
attention.
just prefer. I just am. Just kidding. No, it's not even that. It's just that like, if you like really get to know me, then let's say that there's like 5 people, right? Well, I'll try to make it as comfortable as possible for all of us, you know, like that's just like who I am. And like if people aren't like, let's say 2 of them don't know each other or something, then I'm not gonna like be there and just wait for them to like talk. Like I'm gonna be there like in the middle, like, you know, just trying to get the party started. Like, let's get it, like let's get to it. You know. But
it's a pretty nice one. Okay, what should this?
It's all done, bro. That's how good it was that I already finished it.
Okay, here's another one. What's your favorite type of foreign food?
Oh,
sushi. I mean, Mexican doesn't count.
Yeah, Mexican.
Unless you're like not Mexican.
Yeah.
Mexican's cool, you know, but sushi though. Well, I guess you can say Japanese food. If Panda Express counts as Chinese, then yeah.
For me, so far, I would have to say Indian food. I tried Indian food at this wedding that I went to in London with my friends, and so it was an Indian wedding, right? So they served all Indian food, and let me tell you that Indian food is really good. Like, I think deep down, like I should have been Indian, or like I think I'm like somewhat percentage Indian. So
just because you're brown?
Just because of my eyes, okay? Just kidding.
That makes me Filipino without glasses because my eyes are small.
What's your favorite fast food chain?
That's tough. If you would have asked me this like 5 years ago, Jack in the Box. For sure. But now, I mean, there's like Chick-fil-A.
Ooh.
Chick-fil-A is pretty good.
With the right sauce.
But that was one time.
Because, let me tell you what happened. So the other day, he was like, hey, you want Chick-fil-A? I was like, yeah, get me that. So if you guys haven't gone to Chick-fil-A, there's this sauce that's called sweet and spicy sriracha. It literally tastes exactly like the Buffalo Wild Wings Asian zing sauce. It's like so delicious. And if you haven't tried the Asian zing from Buffalo Wild Wings, I really recommend it because that is like so fire. But when you go to Chick-fil-A, get the sweet and spicy sriracha. So I was like, you know, get the sauce that tastes like the Asian zing. So he was like, okay. So he comes and then he got me this Polynesian sauce, and I was like,
because I told the people, I was like, you guys have the Asian like zing sauce from like, you know, it tastes similar. She's like, oh yeah, like the one that tasted like, right? And I was like, yes. She's like, how many do you want? I was like, 3. I was like, I was like, I don't know. I was like, just throw a few in there. And then we went back, and I like going through a drive-through. I was like, hey, did you guys put the Asian sauce, right? Me assuming they knew what the hell I was talking about. And he's like, oh yeah, and I was like, oh, can I get 3 more? So I was like packing with like 9 or 10, right?
Yeah.
And we show up, she's like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, what's the Haitian sauce? Like, what do you... I thought we were all on the same page, and it turns out it wasn't it. But I mean, the sauce was pretty good. She didn't like it, but it was fire.
I just honestly, I've always preferred to have the sweet and spicy sriracha from Chick-fil-A when I go to Chick-fil-A. Like, there is no...
Or the house sauce.
No.
The house sauce is pretty good. Ranches. Can't go wrong with ranch. Ranches are a nice choice. What is your biggest accomplishment? No, proudest accomplishment. Yours.
Wait, what?
What is your proudest accomplishment?
My proudest accomplishment would have had to been getting my car back in 2018. Just because I myself personally, I promised myself that I would get the day that I would get a car, it wouldn't be a used car, it would be a new car. Because honestly, I feel like you can't even trust anybody out there anymore. Like, they'll say that, oh, the car is running fine, blah 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 blah, and then like you drive it for like a month and then something's already wrong with it. So I always promised myself that the first time that I would get a car, it would be from fresh start, like
out the dealer.
Yes. So I guess that was like my really big accomplishment, just because I didn't have like no cosigner, no anything. And even the guy at the dealership, he did tell me, he's like, hey, you might need a cosigner, like, is there anybody that could? And I was like, honestly, yes, I do have a cosigner, but I prefer not to have them, just because it wouldn't feel like it was my accomplishment. And if I was gonna go through all of that, I wanted it to be strictly mine. I know a lot of people out there that use like their parents' name, or like it's under their parents' name, and honestly, like, there's no problem with that. Like,
by all means.
Yeah, exactly.
If
like,
you can do it, if you can
do with that what you will. Like, that's all you. But for me, putting that burden on my parents was not a choice. Like, putting that under my parents' name, under my parents' responsibility, and like, let's say one day I couldn't pay it and then it would fall onto them. Like, no, that was like, no, like, that didn't cross my mind. So I told the guy, you know, I was like, hey, if I do need a cosigner, then I might just wait. Like, I don't mind waiting. Like, there's no rush. Like, if it can't get done under my name, everything, then I don't want it. So he's like, all right, let's see what we can work with, you know, dealerships. So I ended up getting everything under my name. I didn't need no cosigner, no anything. So I am a proud Honda owner.
Would it be, you know, since straight out of high school, well, since like I was little, like little, I'm referring to like middle school, I've always been like a big, you know, well, she knows, like a big car guy, you know, involved with cars till this day. Like, I'm like heavy, you know, on like modifying cars, you know, just being in the car scene, you know. So whenever I told myself, I was like, I was always that guy that I was like, oh, I want to have a car in high school, you know, drive a car to, you know, to school, you know, because, you know, all the cool people have a car in high school, you know. So I was never privileged, you know. But one of the best things, like few accomplishments actually, was to right at high school, I got a job like a month and a half, 2 months right after high school. So that was like fairly quick. And I ended up getting my first car at 18 by myself, like without having a license. You know. But I got my first car. It was $1,000, you know. It was like owned by a family friend. It was probably one of the best things ever. And I ended up selling that within like 6 months that I owned it. I like made double than what I paid for it, and a little more. And then I bought another car, had that for like a year and a half. Point is that I ended up being 4 cars deep. So right now I'm on my 4th car. So I'm like proud to say, you know, like I bought my own cars by myself, you know, no loans, no, hey parents, let me borrow some money, a friend, let me borrow some money. You know, I've never been that type of person. I was like, I want to earn my stuff by myself, you know, because you take more pride and you appreciate yourself, you know, your hard work and everything you've been through. So that will for sure be, you know, 4 big ones. You know, mean that it's only, I mean, they all falls under the same category.
What's your biggest fear? What's your biggest fear?
Mine, I'd have to say like breaking like a bone or something.
Ooh. Being
Being that I've never like broken anything or fractured or, you know, had a bad injury. I fell, you know, everybody falls, you know, scrapes, bruises. But I said to actually break something, I think that's pretty scary, you know? I mean, I have other fears, but, you know, I say like a big one would probably be breaking something. I can't imagine like the pain, you know, and the recovery period, being in a hospital, you know, with like needles and medicine and all this stuff going on. Like, I don't think I'd want to ever be in that position, you know? And for those who are, I feel sorry.
And I would say my biggest fear is to die eaten by some kind of animal, because I wouldn't be able to, like, I feel like that's just like a really bad way to die. Like, can you just imagine like the lion or the bear is like attacking you and like you can still see how he's ripping you up and like you're just like so should I fall asleep now or
just like I'm gonna take a nap.
And either dying like that or dying drowning. Man, I've seen movies where people like drown. I forgot what movie it was, but there was this movie about this tsunami. And like when the girl was like drowning, like she was literally going like like literally like running out of air, and I was like, oh my god, that's horrible. Like you're slowly like dying. Like like if I'm gonna die, I wanna die fast, like all right,
instantly.
You're dead. Or like let's say another way would be like asleep, like you fall asleep and you just don't wake up. Like an easy
So in other words,
death.
like dying alive, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, knowing, like being conscious of what's going on. Yeah. Okay, I have one.
Okay, guys. So that is gonna be it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, but don't forget to subscribe, and recommend us what other videos like we could do. We were actually thinking of doing that one challenge where you actually go like to drive-thrus and you get what like the person in front of you orders. So if you would like to see that, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, and we will do that in our next video. Let me fix this because it's falling. And we would definitely recommend this coffee trend that's going on right now. It's really good. So if you guys do try it out, let us know as well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Virtual hugs to everybody. Gotta give a virtual hug. No. And we will see you on my next video.